talking to Romeo, Juliet, and Paris. Apparently, Romeo and Juliet had a forbidden love for each other back on Earth. They got secretly married, and on today's show, we'll find out how the death of these three happened and how Paris is involved. Our first guest on the show is Paris. Give him a hand, folks. So, Paris, how you been, man?
I've been pretty good, but I'm still kind of sad that I never got to be with Juliet.
Oh, so what happened between you guys?
Well, what first happened was I went to Juliet's father asking if I could marry Juliet, and he said, "Oh, just come to a party, and if you think that you still want to be with Juliet, you can go for her." So I go to the party, and then I never really got to talk to Juliet. And then I didn't hear from Juliet for a while, and then I heard that Tybalt died. And then Lord Capulet said that I could marry Juliet. Next thing I knew, I heard that she was dead. I was going to Juliet's tomb to mourn over her death and put flowers on her grave, and I seen that Romeo was there. And then we just got into a fight. Well, I drawn my gun first, of course, for self-protection, and then somehow he took the gun out of my hand and shot me.
Oh, Paris, do you believe that Juliet really loved you?
Well, when I was talking to her in the friar's cell, she made it sound like that, but I'm not completely sure, because she would have wanted to marry me, and she died, so I don't know exactly how she died, but if she was excited to marry me, I don't think she would have died.
Well, thanks for your time, Paris.
No problem. Pleasure to be here.
Give me a hand, folks. Welcome our next guest, the beautiful Juliet. Well, Juliet, how are you?
I'm pretty fine, actually.
Well, Juliet, are you and Romeo still together?
Yeah, we still see each other a lot of the time, yeah.
Oh, nice. How'd you meet Romeo?
Oh, well, I was at my father's party, and he showed up, and we got talking, and he gave me a kiss.
So, was it love at first sight?
Yeah, it pretty much was. And then I went out on my balcony right after, dreaming about him, and he happened to be right under my balcony, and then we had a very nice talk.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was truly great.
Well, I heard your love was forbidden. Why is that?
My father, Lord Capulet, and his father, Montague, I think they were enemies. They hated each other.
Oh, did they?
And Romeo was not allowed in our kingdom.
That's just too bad. So, what's the story with you and Paris? I heard you guys were supposed to get married.
Oh, jeez, Paris. Well, my father wanted me to marry him, and his party was actually set up so we would get together. But then I met Romeo. I married Romeo, and then after Tybalt died, my father wanted me to marry Paris.
Oh, that is just a horrible situation right there.
Yeah, and I didn't even want to marry Paris. I was already married to Romeo.
It's a sticky situation. How'd you deal with that?
Well, that's the other thing. Friar Lawrence came up with a plan for me to drink potion, and that would make it look like I'm dead, so I would be buried and Romeo would come save me.
Oh, did that work out?
It worked out in a sense that we're still together, but it didn't work out because we both died.
Well, we're all dead here, aren't we, boys?
Yeah, we are all dead.
What were your final moments on Earth like?
Well, I wake up and Friar Lawrence is holding me, and I thought it was supposed to be Romeo, and then I look over and Romeo was sitting there dead. So I kissed Romeo to make sure that he did poison himself and see if he was actually dead, and he was. So that's when I took out my dagger and stabbed myself right in the stomach, and that's how I ended up here.
You just ended it just for love, just for love. That's a great story, folks. Give her a hand, give her a hand.
I truly love him. Romeo
just touches my heart. Touches my heart.
It touches everybody's heart.
Well, thank you for coming to my show.
Well, it was great being here and nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I will see you later.
And last, but certainly not least, our guest on the show, Romeo!
Oh, ladies, stop.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, bro. How about you?
Pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Whoa. Who's this Rosaline that's written down here?
No, she's just some girl.
What's your story?
Well, she didn't really want to hook up until we married, and I just wasn't feeling that, so
You don't have a girl that's ready to do stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, folks? Yeah.
Yeah, explore, yeah. So I went to this party with my friends, and I met Juliet, and it was kind of
Was she
lovely.
sexy?
Yeah, she was pretty good looking.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so it was kind of love at first sight.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Well, Romeo, how did you end up under Juliet's balcony?
Oh, that's a great story. I was just wandering through the orchard, and I just ended up under this balcony where I heard Juliet just dreaming, talking.
Dreaming at you probably.
Yeah, most likely.
So, Romeo, who's this Tybalt guy?
Oh, Tybalt. Well, he's one of Juliet's cousins.
You like him?
Not too much, but one day I was kind of just roaming with my buddy Mercutio, so and all of a sudden they wanted to fight, so they got into a little bit of a fight, and my buddy Mercutio, he got killed, so I stood up for Mercutio. I didn't really want to fight, but I ended up killing Tybalt.
It's true friendship right there, true friendship.
Yeah. Well, afterwards, the town kind of turned on me, and I had to run away, or I would be killed.
Oh, sounds awful.
Yeah, it wasn't too good. But Frere Lawrence, he knew where I was going. Yeah, so
Good to have guidance.
he would tell me. He was gonna keep me in the loop, so I wasn't completely lost.
So, how did you find out about Juliet's death?
Well, this guy named Balthasar, he came up to me and told me that Juliet had died back in Verona, and I was heartbroken. And I was kind of lost. I didn't know what to do, so I found this guy, and I bought some poison off of him, because I knew that I wanted to die too.
Yeah, for love.
So I could be with her. So I found my way back to Verona, and I went to her chamber, and I found her dead. And I took her out of her grave, and I held her there, and that's when I saw Paris. And he came up to me, and he had a gun, and I felt threatened, so we fought over the gun. I ended up shooting him, and he died. And I was freaking out, and I gave Juliet a kiss, and then I drank the poison and died beside Juliet.
Oh my god, that is it's quite the love story. I'm pretty happy you shared it with us here.
Oh, not a problem. It was a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad I finally got that story out.
No, that's good. Well, have a safe ride home, buddy. Have a safe ride home.
I will, man, yeah. No for you, ladies!
And that's this week's edition of Hello Heaven. There you go, folks. Look under your seats. Under your seats are the keys to your new car. You got a car. You got a car. You got a... Yeah!
Welcome our next guest, the beautiful Juliet.